this behind me in the DEI booth is a, I guess you could say it's a staple vehicle that's been in Optima for a long, long time, and has seen a lot of development over the years. So I'm gonna fisheye this a little bit, but you guys are okay. So this is a 67, I believe, Camaro, built by Dosold Designs. Mike Dusold's been racing for quite a long time, both in, you know, the Texas circuit plus national with Optima and everything else. This car has evolved over the years. You can look up anything from Mike Dusold that he's done over the years, and it's got a very unique style, but the style is there to make these things really freaking fast. So this thing is absolutely bonkers. They're honestly, in a parallel universe, you've got the Dosold Designs Camaro along with the Hammerhead Trans Am that I have covered before, and I'm actually going to go over to the booth and check out Hammerhead because they've made some changes this year, and that way you can see this versus that one, just because of the fact that there are some changes that have been made. So this one, of course, LS powered. Look at all the front tubular support and everything else. Okay, you notice that these are using cantilever style coilovers. You've got your inlets over here, cooling. You've got your air filter that feeds a massive freaking turbocharger right here out the side. You've got your wastegate dumping out there. Tons of heat shield protection, which you'd expect since it's in the DEI booth. Absolutely massive. It's a dual plane splitter. It's a gigantic wing across the front. Pretty amazing. And so also you've got classic 5-spoke forged line wheels. These are Alcon brakes. So Alcons are really cool, very track focused. As you can see here on this is a Willwood sticker, but this is an important one because you can make a really quick glance just to see the temperature of what you have for the brakes themselves. Because, you know, sometimes you might be like, well, you don't really know for sure if you're getting temperatures way too high for your brake pads and your brake fluid compound. That's going to let you know at least where you're performing on that. Also, more air extraction, everything out from under here, just to move the air out from under with this gigantic splitter, moving all the air under to this and out the side, maximizing front downforce. You also have gigantic side skirts. So this is, I believe it's built on a C5, C6 chassis or something along those lines, but there's a lot more added to it as time goes on. You know, like I said, this car's been developed over years. They've raced it up Pikes Peak. They've done time attack challenges, all sorts of stuff. I think I see Grid Life stickers as well, which is an event I'd love to be able to attend. Look at the interior. This is posh. I love it. The leather, diamond pattern. You know, with Optima, there's the design and engineering portion, so you can't just have a 110% pure race car interior. You gotta take some time and do a few things, church it up a little bit. A beautiful color on this thing, and they've over the years he's utilized kind of the Jolly Roger look to this. Gigantic end plates on this dual plane wing or dual element. You've got your Grid Life events. Look at that swan neck uprights. So if you guys don't quite understand, the swan neck uprights actually help to prevent separation on the air under the wing, which is what you want. You want clean airstream under the wing to maximize downforce and push this car into the ground. And there's another little thing on here. Well, also, look at all the settings that he's got set up for this on the wheel. Whoop, my camera just went crazy. Okay. So you got your ABS control, boost control, TC gain, TC slip. So yeah, that's awesome. Plus you got turn signals. Turn signals are important. So, of course, like I said, LS powered, big single turbo, plenty of cooling all the way around. So that these are actually forcing air into brake ducts that go to the back side of the brakes. So that is also a lot of heat management, especially for whenever you're running up Pikes Peak. You're having lower air density, not as much air is moving, your cooling suffers a lot, and so a lot of cars are not really prepared for it. Really easy to access on relays. You got your radio, you got your battery, you got your passenger seat for holding drinks when you go to Sonic. You've got your intercooler stack right here. That is nice, tidy little setup. So you got your water to air intercooler, easy to bleed and everything else like that. Very, very cool. There's just so many details on this car. It's hard to go over everything just because of the fact that, like I said, this car has evolved over the years. There's pictures of this thing that have gone through different iterations as time goes on. Also, you're gonna notice, and some of you guys are probably gonna make fun of it because you don't quite understand, this is actually something that a lot of the guys have figured out in time attack, as well as using it in the wind tunnel. This has a wicker bill spoiler off the body, but you're like, it also has a wing, why do you want a spoiler? Well, it actually makes the wing perform better. This has actually been verified. There's data behind it and everything else. You might make fun of it just because, you know, some of the guys on the street and the little Ricer friends or whatever will take a spoiler and then they add a wing onto it and everything else. This is not your Pep Boy special. This is something very, very, very different, and it's made to maximize the aerodynamic downforce on this car. Dusold actually went through and he's been doing these custom rear diffusers, and they look freaking amazing. And they work really, really well. A little drift time, little fella there. That unicorn's probably seen some things. Just look at it. If you're wondering what RAFT stands for, it's rip and effing tear. So Garrett turbocharged, all sorts of stuff, SADEV, Alcon, MSC Pro System. You want to go fast, he's got the components on it. So I'm going to go over and check out the Hammerhead, and maybe you guys can see a few of the differences between this one versus that one, the different design elements between the two. But still, both of them are something to really appreciate and admire. A lot of work all the way around. So what do you guys think of the Dosold Camaro? I'd like to hear the comments below. Okay, so left the DEI booth where you had Dosold Designs Camaro. This one right here, I've done coverage on before. Last time it was at SEMA. This is a really cool build. I was fascinated by it last time. I kind of went nuts. And I spent a lot of time talking about it. So this is the Hammerhead. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but it's Cavan Cameron, the Cameron family. This was a high school project. I'll tell you what, I was just struggling putting bicycles and stuff together in high school. He put together a whole freaking car. Now there were a lot of people that assisted in this. This was a lot of knowledge that came together and experience. But they've made some changes this year. They've got the engine up and running. Everything else, this thing has already been in multiple magazines and other features. Tons of information out there about it already. And they've, just making some fine tuning here and there. You got all the open wheel well to help just absolutely evacuate any high pressure out of these areas, allowing for more downforce. You don't have any lift building up in here. So up top, also out the back. So very very Le Mans GTP car styling. Fuel cell. One of the biggest changes that they made was this gigantic diffuser. Absolutely massive, and it's a full flat body. That's one of the reasons why they decided to put this thing up on ramps this time around. So look at just how everything's built to try and evacuate the air out from under this thing. I'm going to flip this camera under. It's absolutely flat. So that's a cool detail. You know, flat bottom on a lot of the cars. There's some classes that allow it, some others that don't. But this one is really neat. It's fascinating. It really is. So I guess really the question is, which one's your favorite? You like the Dosold Designs one, or you like the Hammerhead? I don't know. Both of them kind of hold a special place because this is the new kid on the block, so to speak. He's got a long ways to go. Like I said, you know, I covered it before. There's the turbo. One turbo there, one turbo on the other side. All that. So very cool. I guess comment in our video, see what else we've got available, and just keep an eye on more footage from SEMA. See you guys in the next one.